But let's look at the situation at the moment surrounding the Jusun Abia State chapter. We are being joined by the Secretary, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, Abia State, Chibweze. Take us through very quickly, Chibweze, with regard to this lingering action strike by your body in Abia State. I understand clearly, given the government's position last week after your meeting on Wednesday, that people arrived at an agreement, memorandum of understanding was signed. What is the situation? You are not at work at the moment. Take us through from the last interface with the government. What is actually happening, Chibweze?
Okay, is true. We reached an agreement with the state government. I think that was on Wednesday night, late Wednesday night, and we signed an MOU with them. And part of the MOU states that Jusun shall suspend the industrial action upon receipt of the outstanding arrears. So it has been established that government still has additional sum of money to remit or pay the judiciary to enable us to clear these arrears and outstanding debts of salaries. So it is now in government's hand. They are the one holding. They are the one to, pay the money. Once they pay the money or credit our accounts, who suspend the industrial action. So Jusun is not the one holding. It is the state government, because it won't even take the state government a day to pay that money if they want to pay. So having signed an MOU with them, it is expected of them to comply with the provisions of the MOU, to implement what they have signed. So Jusun is still waiting for them to pay the balance they are standing arrears, and once we receive it, we will suspend the industrial action.
Was there any timeline given the payment or crediting your accounts after the last interface with the government?
There was not any timeline, but the government in there was agreed or promised to remit the money with immediate effect, immediately, so that the strike will be suspended. And it is in the interest of the state and the general public that they do that immediately, because at the moment the costs are still short. I don't expect the workers to trek from their houses to work. Just like you said, I'm in my house now. If I want to go to the office, should I trek from where I am to my office? I can't do that. And then most of them are still hungry. They have not been paid since October last week. So you don't expect them to resume work without being paid their salaries. I think the most important thing, or the right thing, should have been the government. Having come to an agreement with Jusun, they should have done everything within their power since that Wednesday to have credited the account of the judiciary, so that this issue, the workers can resume work.
But the government had, pleaded that you people should return to work, given why they are processing the payment or crediting of your account. Why still at home? Since the government has come up to say, okay, we've agreed with you, we would make a payment to your account. Why not resume work? Why this action still from your body, Chibweze?
It still brought us to the things that I said earlier. Number one, it is part of the agreement. Government cannot ask us to resume work while they process the payment. When the agreement says another thing, the agreement says that Jusun shall suspend the strike upon receipt of the money. I don't know if you have seen a copy of the MOU here. So do you want us to break the agreement or go contrary to the provisions of the agreement? Number two, do you want these workers to trek from their houses to their... These things are... Sometimes let's talk as human beings. These people have not received payments since October, and you're asking them to resume work. How are they going to resume? Won't they eat? Won't they enter transportation to get to their various offices? Most of them are working far away. So it is not possible that the workers will resume work when they have not received the money. That's the truth. And thirdly, it won't even take, me and you know that the government has this money. If they want the strike to be sustained immediately, it won't take them the whole day to credit the account of the judiciary. If they have emergency things to do now with funds, they will remit it immediately. So why is this one taking them ages? Since Wednesday till today, do you know how many days it is? So it's not the issue of Jusun, it's the government. I think the general public should hold them accountable and responsible. It's no longer about Jusun suspending or not suspending. When the provisions of the MOU is complied with, Jusun will do their own.
All right. If we can remember clearly, this is just the last one in the series of interface with the government, giving memorandum of understanding that you people have signed several times. What do you make of this entire process on the side of the government?
That is the part of the problem. Signing an MOU is a different thing, and implementing it is another thing. You can remember that we signed different MOUs with them. The previous one, which they didn't even implement, that still led us to the strike we are into now. So I think for the interest of the state and the general public, it is left for the government they know what to do. I'm not even in the best position to advise them. They have their advisors on everything. So let them implement what is in the MOU. And I think that it will be in the interest of everybody.
You were supposed to have a Congress today also, but what about it? I saw somewhere that you suspended the Congress. What led to that?
Yes, we postponed the Congress because the state government has not complied with part of the agreement. So, like I earlier said, the position is that the state government will credit us with the additional funds that are required, and upon receipt of that money, the union shall suspend the investor action. So, on that basis, we have to postpone the Congress indefinitely.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Ike Bunaya. Yeah, right. I wanted to ask, would it not have been possible since, because the last time we engaged your chairman, he did acknowledge that you are in receipt of, is it 300 million? Am I correct? While you are waiting for the balance.
I didn't get you. Come again.
The last time we engaged your chairman, he acknowledged that your union is in receipt of a particular sum. I'm not too sure if it's 300 million or 30 million. I don't know. 300 million.
That was according to the state government.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we are aware. So I wanted to ask, would it not have been possible to start disbursing from there while you wait for the balance, so that those who don't have something can have something? It's just, is there no possibility of doing that before you receive, or must you wait for the whole sum? I don't know. It's just, I'm curious about that.
I think what we should be looking at is the ability of the state government to implement or honor the agreement that we reached. It's not about crediting or start to credit what we have received already. Like I said, the agreement states, part of the agreement states that we shall suspend the strike upon receipt of the outstanding arrears. So even if you ask us to credit with what we have, the strike will not still be suspended because it is not what is in the agreement, and this one is not known for derailing or failing agreement. So we cannot go and do what is not stated in the agreement. There's no time we agree that we are going to suspend and then wait for them to pay. That's the position. So the government has all the ability and capability to remit that money within 24 hours. So it should be a question of why have they not been able to credit us since Wednesday night when we reached this agreement. So in the interest of the state and the general public, I think we should be telling the state government to credit us, do the right thing, comply with their own part of the agreement, and the strike will be suspended. That is the most important thing.
All right. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Incorruptible Sam here.
All right. Thank you.
Good. This is happening. It's so sad to even hear that we are in this situation. The hope of the common man, they don't even have hope of when their salary will be paid. It's annoying, yeah, to see that. But I want to be progressive here. I want to look at the future. Going forward, it's been years we fought for autonomy, in as much as we are yet to see it, happen really, as far as local government, area is concerned. Gradually, it's happening. Supreme Court talked about that, but the governors are still in charge per se. Don't you think it would be wonderful to see your department, the judiciary, being on their own, having autonomy, make their money or get their money from the federal level or wherever, pay themselves, and not waiting for these state governors to pay them? Is there any plan on pushing for judiciary to be independent, but not like INEC anyway?
it is not going to only to be wonderful. It is going to be perfect. And most times when the public sees that democracy is being practiced, when they see that court judgments are being implemented, when they see that the rule of law is going as it should, they have confidence in the government. So it is an issue of the government implementing what the law says. It is not just the constitution. That provision have already been made in the constitution, in the section 1, 2, and something of the constitution as amended. It is provided there, and not just that, there is still a judgment, a court judgment from the Federal High Court in effecting that. So it is about the state government who we know are the custodians of the law and are supposed to implement this law to do the right thing. It's not about the judiciary. It is in the state government, and I believe if they do it, they are building or creating more confidence in the public to tell them, yes, we are here to implement the constitution, and this is a rule of law. It will be very perfect if this thing happens, because judiciary is the third arm of government, is an arm of government independently. These three arms, the judicial, legislative, and executive, complement each other. So I don't see a situation where we'll be coming to the executive every time to beg for funds. So if that is done, as provided already in the constitution and in the judgment, it will be in the interest of the general public and the justice system. There will be improvement in the justice system and everything.
Right, going forward, let's get your last take on this issue. I mean, perhaps your message to the government before we let you off the line, sir.
What is coming again, please?
Going forward, perhaps your call, your message to the government before we let you off the line.
Okay, the first one is I want to plead with the state government to immediately remit the judiciary with the outstanding amount as agreed to enable them suspend the strike so that the court will be opened and the justice system will continue to function effectively. And the second one is on the issue of the independent and the financial autonomy of the judiciary. There is a provision in which they know. So it will be very nice, and it will amount to confidence in them to uphold the rule of law and democracy if they will implement and honor that judgment to grant the judiciary their financial autonomy and independence as provided. So that is my plea to them.
The Secretary, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, Abia State Branch, Chibueze Nwachukwu, thank you so much for your time.